Titanic's sea trials began at 6 a.m. on Tuesday, April 2, 1912, just 2 days after her fitting out was finished and 8 days before she was due to leave Southampton, England on her maiden voyage. The trials were delayed for a day due to bad weather, but by Monday morning it was clear and fair with only a light breeze. Now, there were no domestic staff on board at the time. This included stewards and maids, but rather 78 stokers, greasers, and firemen, and 41 members of crew. This included deck officers and some seamen. There were also several representatives of various companies on board Titanic during her sea trials. This included Titanic's chief designers Thomas Andrews and Edward Wilding of Harland and Wolff Shipyard. Now, Lord William Peary, who was the owner of Harland and Wolff, was supposed to be on Titanic but couldn't make it due to ill health. J. Bruce Ismay, who was the managing director of the White Star Line, also couldn't make it due to the same reason, but there was representation in the form of Harold A. Sanderson of the International Mercantile Marine Company, which owned the White Star Line. Lastly, we have Francis Carruthers, who was a representative for the British Board of Trade, present to oversee that everything worked as it should and to ensure that Titanic was fit for taking on passengers. The sea trials themselves consisted of a number of tests of Titanic's maneuvering characteristics, carried out first in Belfast Lough and then in the open waters of the Irish Sea. Over the course of about 12 hours, Titanic was driven at different speeds. Her turning ability was tested, and a crash stop was performed, a crash stop being throwing the engines from full ahead to full astern, which brought Titanic to a stop in about 850 yards, or 780 meters, or in terms of time, 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Throughout the duration of her sea trials, Titanic covered a distance of about 80 nautical miles, which is 92 miles or 150 kilometers, averaging in speeds of 18 knots or 21 miles per hour, and reaching a maximum speed of just under 21 knots or 24 miles per hour. In the end, Titanic's sea trials were a total success, with Frances Carruthers signing off on her safety certificate, which was good for 1 year. Titanic was free to take on the world.